Ladies and gentlemen, please give a Rose Tree Park welcome to 22 Park Avenue.
We are the 22 Park Avenue Big Band, and that was recognized as Johnny Carson theme. And when you heard the Johnny Carson theme, you knew you were in for a nice evening of entertainment, which is what we're going to provide for you tonight. Now we're going to follow that up with a nice tune that Frank Sinatra did. Frank's not singing this one, so we're doing an instrumental of Fly Me to the Moon.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
But Not For Me from the George Gershwin Songbook. Now we are going to bring up our lovely vocalist tonight, Lorraine Barrett. And she's going to start with the Irving Berlin Songbook. He's going. We'll give you time.
We don't have a shortcut here tonight. Good evening, and thank you all for coming out on this sticky evening, but it will get better. That thing goes away, and then we'll all be under the romantic lighting, and just love doing this gig. Happy 50th anniversary to Rose Tree Park. Yeah, this is such a great thing we have in our backyards. Anyway, I'm going to start off with an Irving Berlin song dedicated to the clear night that we got. Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2.
The sky's smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. The birds singing a song something a little bit less frantic. This is one of my favorites by the Gershwin brothers. The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, no, they can't take that away from me. The way you smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, they can't take that away from me. We may never, never meet again on that bumpy road to God. Still, I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we dance till the way you've changed my life. No, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. We may never, never meet again on that bumpy road to love. Still, I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till the way you've changed my life. No, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away. They won't take that away. They can't take that away from me. Thank you very much.
Lorraine Barrett, give her a nice hand. She'll be back later on the show. Now we're going to call on our drummer in the rhythm section to do a nice little number by Neil Hefti. Everyone knows that he was the guy who wrote the Batman theme. Well, this is quite the opposite of what the Batman theme is. But we hope you enjoy this little drum solo on Cute. Presley on the drum, and the Ivory soprano. John Sully on piano, and leading the rhythm section, Jim Schaff-Lucas on bass. Now we're going to move to the 50s, when rock and roll took over from the big bands, and one of the biggest was the Sun label with he had Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and Carl Perkins, who was the originator of this song, Blue Suede Shoes.
Tenor solo, left piano solo. 1, 2,
Keeping with the 50s swing, we're going into the theme song from one of the best locally produced TV shows around here, which went national. Everyone knows this one, Dick Clark, Bandstand Boogie.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I said we're going to bring Lorraine back, and we are. We're going to have her do this beautiful summer song. Just think you're down at the shore. You see the reeds and just swaying in the breeze. And she's going to sing Sway.
Swaying in the breeze, that's your clue. This is a Latin song for all you Latin lovers out there. You could do a little cha-cha on the grass if you so desire. It's called Sway. When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance you have a way with me, stay with me, sway with me. All the dancers make me on the floor, dear, but my eyes can see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. ¿Quién será el que me quiera a mí? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será el que me dé su amor? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será? I can hear the sound of violins smooth swimming on. Ole. Thank you. And this is one of my favorites. This is truly an oldie. We're talking 20s, right? 28, says Andy. He's our historian. You've probably heard it in your lifetime. Feel free to sing along. Not going to tell you.
Two, three, four.
Name that tune. Another bride, another June, another sunny honeymoon, another season, another reason for making whoopee. A lot of shoes, a lot of rice. The groom is nervous, he answers twice. It's really killing that he's so willing to make whoopee. Now picture a little love nest down where the roses cling. Picture that same sweet love nest. Think what a year can bring. He's washing dishes and baby clothes. He's so ambitious, he even sews. So don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making whoopee. Another year, or can't we guess? Now we suspect, yes, I am forgetting the words. And he's suspected of making whoopee. She sits alone most every night. He doesn't phone her and he doesn't write. He says he's busy and she says, is he? He's making whoopee. Now he doesn't make much money, only 5,000 per. Some judge who thinks he's funny says you pay 6 to her. He says, now judge, suppose I fail. The judge says, fine, right into jail. You'd better keep her. I think it's cheaper than making whoopee. So don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making whoopee. Thank you.
Our next tune is one that set the jazz world on its edge when this came out in 1946. And it involved a lot of Afro-Cuban rhythms and a lot of flatted fists and off rhythms. And Dizzy Gillespie put this one out, and it's called A Night in Tunisia. Judd Peshkin on trumpet. Matt Matkovich on tenor, and Earl Varney on trombone. And while we have the trumpet standing, we will give them introduction. You have Judd on the end, you have Marty Hallahan next one, Ginny Lockwood next one, and on the end, Emma Palazzo. We're going to be moving on to the 70s with the fusion jazz of Weather Report. This was a famous tune, and this will be the last one of our first half, I believe. Last one of the first half. This is the last one of the first half. End of the first half. And we hope you enjoy the concessions during the intermission. This is Birdland by Weather Report.
Give me help.
1, 2, 3, 4.
22 Park Avenue. Thank you very much. We'll take a 15-minute intermission. We'll be back at 8:30. Thank you.